The indictment of a former president, or perhaps candidate for president, would arguably tear the country apart. Is that your concern? Can you update us on the status of negotiations?
Are you mad at him?
I'm shaking. I'm so mad.
Stop before you get me divorced.
Don't like paying taxes? Neither does Mandela Barnes. Barnes didn't pay thousands in property taxes he owed. Barnes failed to pay his taxes, but he wants you to pay more. He supported raising Wisconsin's gas tax nearly 30%, even though we already pay some of the highest gas taxes in the country. And he supported a $1 billion tax increase on Wisconsin families and an income tax as high as 70%. Mandela Barnes, another tax-raising, hypocritical politician. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Dan, Jessica, and Jeff bring you the news and weather from where you live weeknights.
Straight ahead on Newswatch 12 at 6, a center in Wausau is bringing more child care to the Northwoods. We'll show you how the program puts children with disabilities first.
Plus, use of firefighting foam has led to PFAS contamination across the country. We'll tell you how Wisconsin plans to phase out the foam.
And Ron Johnson is being questioned for payments made by his campaign. We'll have the details as your local news starts right now.
Newswatch 12 with Jessica Jukic and Conrad Sapinski.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Jessica Jukic.
I'm Dan Hagan. For parents of kids with disabilities, finding a child care center that will accommodate special needs can be hard.
But the Achieve Center in Wausau is hoping to make that easier with their new project. Newswatch 12's Mohammed Abdul Kawi joins us in studio to tell us more. Mohammed?
The Achieve Center's treatment-focused child care program will be available to the public soon. Building the child care took many months, but recently they had an open house to celebrate the completion of the project. This facility will allow kids to have the chance to have fun, safe environment, as well as giving them a chance to develop their skills. Executive Director Carol Wesley says it's excited to bring this child care to the community.
I am excited, I am relieved, and I am really motivated to work with the directors and the teachers to make this the best possible experience.
The child care is one of a kind. It features 3 classrooms, 4 treatment rooms, a nurse's office, and a kitchen. Wesley believes that this program will hopefully inspire other facilities around Wisconsin to do the same.
We are providing a very unique program that will be a demonstration project for possible other child care programs in Wisconsin.
The program will provide care for ages 20 months to 4-year-olds. The Achieve Center hopes to be open in 2 weeks. For more information about it, you can visit uachievecenter.com. Dan?
The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction has finalized general school aid with several Northwoods school districts receiving a boost in funding. Districts receive funding based on a formula that incorporates district property valuation, enrollment, and shared costs. Tomahawk was given nearly $900,000. That's up from the $740,000 that was proposed in July. The new numbers put Tomahawk back in line with the level of funding the school had in 2018. Rhinelander is also getting a large sum. This year, they'll receive $8.9 million.
Meteorologist Conrad Sapinski joins us now. Conrad, we were welcome to some snow this morning.
We did, yeah. Temperatures are cold for this time of year. It's only middle of October, folks, but now looking outside, it does not feel like middle of October. It feels like December. Temperatures right now are near freezing, even slightly below in some locations. Take a look at Eagle River. 31 degrees, same thing in Land O'Lakes, so temperatures are dropping, freezing. Temperatures are in the area in Rhinelander, so that means everything that fell, that was water, now is starting to refreeze. So take extra precautions, slow down, because things are going to get slippery outside. The winds are another issue we got to deal with. Antigo coming in with a 21-mile-per-hour wind. Same thing in Iron Mountain, but look at by the lake, but right by Marquette, those red colors, those are 40-mile-per-hour plus gusts, so really gusty winds. all across the UP, but same thing in our states. Really windy conditions will be continuing tonight, and then same thing tomorrow. That's why that lake effect snow machine is in full effect right now. Most of it just sticking around south of Marquette. For the most part, we're just getting some flurries, some very light snow showers at that, as temperatures continue to drop into the mid-20s. Dan and Jessica?
Thanks, Conrad. Governor Tony Evers and the Wisconsin DNR are announcing the start of a PFAS-containing firefighting foam waste collection and disposal program. The 2021-23 biennial budget signed by Evers gave $1 million to the DNR and the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection. That money will be used for administration of a program to collect and dispose of PFAS-containing firefighting foam waste. North Shore Environmental Construction Incorporated, a Wisconsin-based company, was selected through the state's competitive bidding process to complete this project. They will be collecting and disposing of at least 25,000 gallons of PFAS-containing firefighting foam waste from fire departments throughout Wisconsin.
Senator Ron Johnson's campaign made payments to the law firm of a Trump attorney who's alleged connected to the January 6th fake elector plot. According to financial disclosures filed Friday, Johnson paid more than $20,000 to the Troupis Law Office. The law firm is led by James Troupis, who allegedly played a role in the plan to reverse the 2020 election results by using fake electors. Those allegations are now under scrutiny by the federal government. The recent disclosures showed the Johnson campaign paid more than $13,000 for legal consulting on July 26th. Then on August 18th, Johnson's campaign paid $7,000 for recount legal consulting. Johnson is in a tight race against Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes. The Tomahawk Chamber of Commerce welcomed new leadership.
This includes a new president on the board of directors. Newswatch 12's Matt Weaver has more.
Trying to bring business back into the city and stimulate the economy.
The Lincoln County Chamber of Commerce is making changes.
It's definitely for the benefit of Tomahawk and the surrounding areas that you have chamber involvement.
Following their annual dinner last week, the group is welcoming a new president, Al Alvins, who hopes to keep the community thriving.
The continuity, keep things going, make sure that we have effective leadership, make sure that we look out for the businesses and the community, and create that bond and that cohesion.
As he enters his new term, he is focused on the longevity of the program.
You build, you network, you talk to people, you find out what the strengths and weaknesses are that everybody has, and you build off of that.
The group is also excited to welcome members on a trip to Pompeii and Italy.
See if we can get everybody on board. Not a cruise. I just said on board, but it's not a cruise.
Departing next March for 8 days is a chance for participants to bond with each other.
That will give a different perspective for the chamber members to actually, again, let their hair down and kind of get to know the chamber director and chamber in Italy.
With 230 members and counting, there's plenty happening for this program.
Tomahawk is a wonderful, wonderful community, and our business leaders and just population, private citizens, they're fantastic.
In Tomahawk, Matt Weaver, Newswatch 12.
Hearing aids are being made available to more citizens.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you why they are cheaper than ever. After Weather with Conrad, right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Northwoods Furniture, Eagle River.
In the Senate, Ron Johnson pushed tax loopholes benefiting himself and his donors.
Did my business benefit? Sure. Did some of my donor businesses? Sure.
But here's what Johnson's doing to us. He voted to raise the retirement age and allow cuts to Social Security. Even supports letting Wisconsin ban nearly all abortions and said, if you don't like it, you can move. Ron Johnson works for himself, never us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio has designed beautiful and functional kitchens and baths in the Northwoods. When helping plan your dream kitchen or bath with in-home consultation available, they provide 3D drawings of your spaces to bring your visions to life. Owner and designer Sarah has over 25 years of experience, overseen 500 plus projects, and built strong relationships with local contractors providing superior installation. Whether it's a new home or a remodel, Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio in Eagle River looks forward to making your dream kitchen or bath a reality.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape or Edge and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Sure is nice to have my 3 older kids home to visit.
Oh yeah, I love coming home. I miss having soft water.
That's why I bring my laundry home on the weekend.
It's so much better for my hair too, but you wouldn't know anything about that, Corey.
Well, that's why my hair looks so nice and moisturized.
What do you know about moisturized hair?
Well, having 2 older sisters and a brother who only showers a couple times a week helps.
Well, actually, 72 years of treating water in Wisconsin is our family story. You kids are pretty well versed in water.
So let us make your family's water better today.
I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Ron Johnson caught lying. Independent fact checks call his attacks on Mandela Barnes false and misleading. But it's Johnson's views that are alarming. Johnson supported a ban on abortions. He co-sponsored a bill that makes no exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the woman. And Johnson said if women don't like it, they can move. The truth is, it's Ron Johnson who doesn't belong in Wisconsin.
It's Monday, and this is how we're starting out our scenes in the UP. I was in Waterville and not that far away from downtown, but take a look behind me. Those are trees down, branches all over. Same thing on roads because of all that heavy snowfall, a little bit of wind, and exactly what is happening in the pictures. Trees, branches falling all over the place. There are people out of power. For us in Rhinelander, not as bad as in the UP, but all that snow is associated with this low right over here, counterclockwise rotation, and then those winds are blowing from the northeast, and with warmer waters, you know what that means. Lake effect snow machine is in full effect. Right now, it's starting to die down slowly. Most of it is still sticking around just south of Marquette, indicated here in those darker blue colors, but overall in Wisconsin, a couple of flurries still left over and some really light snow showers in the region. Most of it will continue overnight and then into the first half of the day tomorrow. This all will be light and all across Wisconsin, so nothing to worry about in our neck of the woods. And then we are in the clear. Lots of dry weather will be back with even warmer temperatures. But let me just mention the winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings in the area right now. All of this will be expiring in the next 30 minutes, so nothing to worry about for that. This was all for overnight last night, and then same thing for first half of the day today. But now let's talk about these winds. It is windy outside. Hold those hats, because the wind will be gusting tonight, and same thing into tomorrow. Look at some of these wind gusts, over 40 miles per hour. Wow. So there will be locations with over 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So especially in the UP with all that heavy snow, take extra precautions as trees and branches will continue to fall. Kind of like these temperatures right now, continuing to fall. 31 in Eagle River. Freezing 32 degrees right now in Rhinelander. So temperatures are slowly starting to drop. And earlier today, everything that was wet is now starting to refreeze. So really be careful, take extra precautions as all of this will continue to freeze up overnight and really cause some slick conditions. But with that wind, cold temperatures, feels like temperatures will be in the teens. So put on a couple extra layers for your morning commute tomorrow. But look what happens the next several days. We're finally climbing those stairs. Temperatures will continue to rise. Look at all that yellow and orange showing up there. Those are temperatures in the 50s, even some 60s over the weekend. Tonight, though, temperatures around 26 degrees, cloudy skies, and a few flurries in the area. Winds will still be an issue. And our 7-day outlook brought to you by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress does show that light at the end of the tunnel. Look at this warm up Friday 58, and then 60s will be back right in time for the weekend. Dan and Jessica?
Thanks, Conrad. The Army Corps of Engineers is building a levee in the Mississippi River to protect drinking water. The problem is the river's water flow is low due to drought, and at the same time, sea levels are rising. So that is causing salt water from the Gulf of Mexico to push up into the river. The 1,500-foot wide levee will be underwater and made from sediment dredged from the river's bottom. It is scheduled to be done in about a week and is considered temporary. Salt water has already infiltrated one water treatment plant down the river. That facility is downriver from the levee and will not be protected by it.
Staying at Trump-owned properties is not cheap, even for Secret Service. Documents released today show Secret Service members staying at Trump hotels cost taxpayers more than $1 million. Those documents came from the House Oversight Committee. They say the Trump organization charged the Secret Service high rates on dozens of trips when agents traveled with former President Donald Trump and his family. The panel found the Secret Service was charged upwards of $1.4 million in taxpayer money over 4 years. The agency had to pay more than $1,100 per night at some properties, despite the Trump organization saying federal employees would stay there for free or at a discounted rate. Working from home, at least part-time, has become a way of life for many Americans during the pandemic, and it's no different from the President of the United States. President Biden has spent more than a quarter of his term working from Delaware. That's according to the longtime unofficial statistician of the White House press corps. He says so far Biden has spent more than 230 days of his presidency away. That surpasses the getaway time of former President Donald Trump. At this point in his tenure, President Trump had spent about 150 days away from the White House. In July, President Joe Biden signed an executive order encouraging the FDA to allow hearing aids to be sold over the counter.
The FDA announced the rule change in August, and beginning today, for the first time, American adults can buy hearing aids without a doctor's visit or prescription. Ivan Rodriguez is in Washington with the latest.
We have big news today, and that is going to benefit as many as 30 million Americans.
For the first time, hearing aids can now be purchased over the counter without a prescription, exam, or fitting, following an August rule change by the FDA.
The people most helped are adults with mild to moderate hearing loss who might not take that first step.
The White House says hearing aids will soon be available at major retailers, including Walgreens, CVS, Walmart, and Best Buy, and claim this could save people as much as $3,000 per year.
That's thousands of dollars going back into the pockets of Americans.
Experts say leaving hearing loss untreated could be detrimental to overall health. Studies have shown some links to dementia, poor mental health, and increased risks of falls.
Hearing health is part of overall wellness, just as is your blood pressure, cholesterol, your weight, everything else, to staying fit.
Many hope that increased availability of hearing aids will also help remove the stigma attached to wearing devices, while the increased competition could lead to cheaper, better technology in the future.
The future is bright in how we can use them and how they might be impacting our ability to track our health.
In Washington, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
A local wildlife rehab center set some animals free this weekend. We'll take a look at that.
Plus, a Wisconsin man is turning heads with his giant gourd. We'll break down how he managed to grow a 2,000-pound pumpkin.
They say the real measure of a leader is in how he treats his people. But at Tim Michael's company,
these allegations span over 2 decades.
Women say they were groped.
The male superior groped the crotch and inner thigh of a female employee.
Assaulted and pressured to have sex with their bosses.
If she refused demands for sex, she would be blackballed.
And when co-workers spoke up, they say they were fired. So if that's the kind of leader Tim Michaels is, how do you think he'd lead the state?
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face
with every meal made just for you.
That really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson.
I'm Sheriff Eric Severson.
We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes.
Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600,000 of your money on police protection for himself.
Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists.
Take it from us.
Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
Sue right, Jake middle, me on the left.
Yeah, I knew I'd win.
Are you saying
What's
something?
really happening over there?
I think you're on mute.
There's no substitute for real gaming fun. Go where fun lives. Ho Chunk Gaming Wittenberg.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
9 black bears are back in nature after being released by Wild Instincts.
The Rhinelander Wildlife Rehab Center says 3 of the bears were born in January and were part of a research project after their mother passed away. The other 6 cubs were taken in throughout the year. Wild Instincts waited to release the cubs once bear hunting season was over. The nonprofit released the bears in state forests last Thursday and Saturday. It cost the nonprofit $3,000 to raise each cub. A competitive pumpkin grower is boasting the biggest pumpkin in Wisconsin.
Yukari Nakayama checked it out and met the man behind it.
Whoa. How much does this weigh?
It's huge. You know, I can't even believe they grow that big, to be honest with you.
Say hello to Wisconsin's biggest gourd, weighing in at over 2,000 pounds. And you can find it at the Tom Dooley Apple Orchard in Waupun.
The last 3 weekends, yeah, it's the big pumpkin right now.
Meet its maker, Tom Monsma, who's been nursing this bad boy since mid-April, battling for Wisconsin's Giant Pumpkin Growers competition.
Being a big gardener, competitive pumpkin growing has been part of my life. So yeah, now I'm starting to get the label that you're the guy that grows the big pumpkins.
He's been part of the competition for 7 years now, saying his gourd grows up to 40 or 50 pounds a day.
There's days I can come home from work, I set my lunch pail down and I'll go and pull the blanket off and I'll go, yeah, that thing really grew today.
In just over 90 days, this gourd started off at the size of a golf ball to a pumpkin that weighs about a ton.
It does look like a fake pumpkin, but it's so firm and it's so real. Wow.
And the pumpkin walls up front here to the middle will probably be 12 to 15 inches thick.
The secret to nursing such a big gourd?
Everybody says it's on steroids. I do not feed any steroids. I really am just getting to know my soil. You want to get your soil and your pH level of your soil in prime shape. I feed a lot of fish and a lot of seaweed fertilizer 2 to 3 or 4 times a week.
Hitting his 2,000-pound milestone meant more to the gardener because it was a milestone he promised he'd hit for his mother.
And this one's really special because we lost my mom in 2012 to cancer. And before she passed away, I made a promise to her that someday I would grow a big pumpkin in her memory.
And Monsma says this gigantic gourd equals about 250 of these regular-sized 8-pound pumpkins. And most of all, Monsma does it to bring a smile to a person's face.
If people can appreciate and enjoy, and in a world when we're full of despair at times, this is just something to make people smile.
Looking at mattresses?
I'm just looking.
Jump on it, roll on it.
No.
Just pretend I'm not here. You have any questions?
Buying a mattress can be uncomfortable.
She seemed nice.
That's why Slumberland has modernized the process. Slumberland. Mattress shopping reinvented.
As law enforcement, we've seen a lot.
Enough to know the attacks on Governor Evers are outright lies.
The truth?
The governor actually increased police and first responder funding.
That's a fact.
Even fact checkers said the attacks on Evers were false.
And Evers is working to invest in school programs, mental health treatment, and job training in high crime areas.
Those are the real facts.
That's how a governor leads, and that's the truth.
Governor Tony Evers, he's doing the right thing for Wisconsin.
I've only got one good lung. I've got damage in sides, and I still took it without question. And I encourage people to think of your 7 generations, to think of your grandkids, to think of your kids instead of yourself. That's what I like for people to think of.
Accidents happen, and when they do, demand the best. At Shimkus Auto Body, we believe in quality work. Our certified technicians have years of experience and care about your car. At Shimkus Auto Body, you know you'll be dealing with a company that's been in business for over 30 years. We're so proud of our work that we put our family name right on the door. Shimkus, a name you can trust.
See the exceptional selection of jewelry at Golden Carat Jewelers. Artistic handmade jewelry by Michu and Bella Trois. Fashion-forward designs by Mira T. and Frederick Sage. The latest trends and the forever classics from Facet Barcelona, Catan, and more. Your full-service jewelry store in downtown Minocqua, Golden Carat Jewelers has a surprise for everyone.
Right now at Slumberland Furniture, you'll get 30% off all living room furniture. Yup, sofas, sectionals, tables, recliners, and more. All 30% off. Plus 30% off select mattresses and 20% off everything else. On now at Slumberland Furniture.
It is cold outside today. Deja vu. Same thing tomorrow. Temperatures in the mid-30s. But look at that warm-up. 50s by Friday and the weekend. Perfect timing. 60s are back.
Thank you, Conrad. That's all the time we have. We'll see you back here at 10.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carat Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
A few weeks ago, I was watching some vintage clips of Julia Child on YouTube, and I couldn't help but think how ahead of her time she was. The episode that stuck in my head was when she made beef bourguignon,